Hey, good afternoon, everybody. We are today at Sunset Walk, which is off of the Earl Bronson Memorial Highway, otherwise known as Highway 192. This is an entertainment shopping complex. This is also where the Margaritaville Resort is and Island H2O. We're gonna sort of take a look around today, look at what the area has to offer, and just do a little exploring, so come along.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold.
So I wanted to walk all the way to the front of the shopping center. So this is Highway 192 behind me. Can't really tell from where I'm at, but there's a Red Robin over there. Across the street, there's a Texas Roadhouse. And behind me over here is a Rockin' Brews restaurant. And then on the other side of that is a big shopping center. But here's the front side of Sunset Walk. As I start heading this direction, you'll be able to see the marquee sign, and then over in the distance behind that is Island H2O Live, which is another water park here in Orlando. Over here in the middle of the island is a digital marquee board, kind of tells what's going on in the area, any kind of events they have coming up. Like you can see there now, we got a farmer's market every Saturday from 11:30 to 3:30. They have live entertainment. They have a stage out here where people perform, and then we're gonna head this direction. But first, I want to come back around here because this is the sales office for the cottages at Margaritaville. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. So Margaritaville is made up of two different sections. There is a gigantic hotel that you can rent rooms by the night or by the week, just like any other sort of resort. But then they also have cottages in the back. These cottages can be used as rental properties, or you can, if you chose to, live there full time. Now, I've mentioned to Jennifer multiple times that if it wasn't for the constant tourist traffic, I think it'd be an amazing place to live because, you know, the feel and the vibe is very tropical. It's very vacation-y, and it would feel like you were always living on vacation. However, I believe that maybe just due to the sheer amount of traffic in and out, that it might not be everything I'd hoped. So we'll just continue to pretend like this is a dream that is unachievable. So two of the newest businesses here at Sunset Walk is Lizzie's Memphis style barbecue, and then right next door is the Wharf. I've heard really good things about the Wharf. I haven't really heard about Lizzie's yet, but I do love some Memphis style barbecue. That's from my neck of the woods, so we're gonna have to go try that out one day. So obviously there's nobody playing right now. It's mid-afternoon at the moment, about 4 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. But I would imagine that by this evening there will be somebody out here on stage. Now the restaurant next door, which is a Stephon Kitchen, has a big, nice outdoor bar, which is surrounded by this little courtyard area with tables and places to listen to music, which is nice because you can sit out here and listen to music and have a bar right there accessible. So I don't know this for sure. I'll try and get you an answer, but I believe that Stephon Kitchen is the replacement for Bongos. It used to be at Disney Springs. It was owned by Gloria Stephon and her husband, and I believe this is what they opened when Bongos closed down. So maybe as sort of a waypoint, there's that stage back there, Stephon Kitchen right here. Over on the other side, there's a bakery, a gift shop, and then a bento kitchen. Here across from the stage is the Radio Margaritaville Sirius XM radio station. So this is where they broadcast the Margaritaville radio from. And It's kind of just out here in the middle of the plaza, which is cool. So you can watch them doing the radio broadcast right here. Right here we have Game Time. I don't actually know what a Game Time is. I think I'm gonna walk in here. It looks kind of like a Dave & Buster's kind of scenario. Essentially a Dave & Buster's or a Chuck E. Cheese. More Dave & Buster's because it's got a restaurant attached to it. Looked like it had tons of TVs, sports bar kind of thing. Didn't appear to be, the restaurant didn't appear to be open at the moment. But man, that place is loud. But if you got kids, they would love it, I'm sure. Looks like they have car shows on Saturday nights at 4 o'clock. And then a car and truck show the second Sunday of every month. One of the very first places that we ate in Orlando after the reopening, sort of the start of the reopening of everything, was El Jefe Tequila. So we met some friends over here one night just to kind of walk around and see what was going on. At that time, not much was open yet, but El Jefe was, and we sat outside right at this table right here actually and had some margaritas and some dinner. I remember it being really, really good. And then they got this little dude right out front to greet you. El Jefe. Next is Sugar, and across the street from El Jefe is Ford's Garage. Ford's Garage is a restaurant themed around, obviously, Ford vehicles. And Jennifer and I ate here one night, not at this location, there's several around Orlando. There's one over by the outlet mall that we ate at. I do remember the burgers being pretty good. I don't really know much about the restaurant, but like I have seen at least 3 or 4 around Orlando, so they seem to be able to hold their own. And right next to them, I haven't been here either, it's Capone's Pizza. They do have a by the slice sort of a little takeout area, and then they have the full service restaurant. Pasta and coal-fired pizzas. Capone's has also got a really nice outdoor bar. That's the one thing I like about all the restaurants here, the big sort of touristy restaurants. They all have a big outdoor space for a bar and some outdoor seating. So we have Yeoman's Cask and Lion. Obviously it's a English pub with a replica of Big Ben up there at the top. And my understanding is that Big Ben does actually ring. I've never actually been here when it has rung, so I can't say that I've heard it myself, but I know that others have told me that it is a working clock. So we're gonna have to come check this out too, in my eternal search for the best fish and chips in Orlando. So the search continues. And anchoring out the other side of the parking lot is the Studio Movie Grill, which is a place to see movies, has a bar and a restaurant, and you can eat either at the bar or the outdoor patio area, or you can eat inside while you watch your movie. Right next here to the Studio Grill and across the street from Yeoman's, they are constructing the Sunset Walk Slingshot ride. Now what's interesting about this to me is that across town at Icon Park, they're also constructing a new Slingshot. So after these two are completed, this will make 4 Slingshot rides in Orlando. I don't know, maybe some other city has more Slingshot rides, but I'd be surprised. 4 Slingshot rides in one city? Kind of sums up where we're living in a tourist area. That makes sense. They needed some attraction here for the older kids. I mean, they've got the arcade for the younger kids. They've got the bars for the adults. But what about the teenagers who are staying over here at Margaritaville Resort? They have the water park. Of course, they have the Disney parks and all the other theme parks. But if they're hanging out here at their resort area one night and they want something to do, Slingshot time. So I would imagine this is probably going to be finished by the end of the summer, and we'll have to come give it a ride. Zoe and I rode the one on International Drive, and I'm looking forward to riding the one that's right down the road here on 192 at Fun Spot, and then this one here, and then the one at Icon Park, and we're gonna have all 4 of them under our belt. So this brings us to the entrance to the Margaritaville Resort. The villas and the cottages are over here behind. So here in a little while, we're gonna jump in the car and we're gonna drive around there. But I just wanna walk up to the lobby of the Margaritaville Resort and kind of show you around inside there. So you see out behind me is there's 2 massive pools here, and then behind that are some of the cottages you can see off to the left, and then way off in the distance is another area where they're gonna just start construction because they've got a couple of the areas finished, and then they are continuing on building around the back. This is just one section of the resort hotel rooms. There's another section on the other side that's almost as big. But pretty sizable resort, especially given the amount of pool space there is over here. There is a lot of pool per room. This is a cool resort. I would like to spend some time here and maybe be able to do an entire resort tour one of these days. It does have some features that I really like. The pools are awesome here. I heard good things about the restaurants, and so maybe one of these days we'll get to do a little staycation. But in the meantime, let's go back to the car. We're gonna jump in and we're gonna drive around, and we're going to see if we can drive back to the cottages. Now, my understanding, and I'm not an expert by any means, but there are multiple types of cottages, meaning that there are from 2-bedroom up to like, I want to say like 8-bedroom condos or cottages. So depending upon what kind of accommodation you're looking for a giant party on vacation, or if you're looking to purchase for an income property, you can start small or you can go huge, and you could rent it out when you're not here, or like I mentioned, there are full-time residents that live here. They are building like phase 2 or phase 3 now. I'll put the pricing, as far as I know, on the screen right here. The other issue with, so some of the newer ones have these little tiny, we'll call them plunge pools out back, but the rest of them are just like back to back to back on top of each other, and they only have like a little hot tub and a little chair, and then there's no privacy out in the back. I would not be a big fan of that. But the ones with the little plunge pools, those aren't terrible. You have a little privacy, you got a little place to take a dip. There's really no good place to get footage of Island H2O Live, so I'll try and find some stock footage online and insert it right here so you can see it. But I want to say thank you as always for coming along with me today as we visited Sunset Walk, the Margaritaville Resort, Island H2O, and everything that is available here in that sort of resort area right there on 192. We've got to come back and spend some more time at 192. There's so much to do here. There's so many tourist traps. There are so many mega gift stores, but there's some oddities too that I'd like to explore. So thank you once again, and always remember, if never lost, then never found. So go get lost.